Толкова много впечатляващи изкачвания по света, но кое ви е най-любимото?
Hello everybody, but do you ask about my climbings or other people climbings? My climbings, each one of them was special and I cannot tell one over the others. And also my climbs were from different categories. I mean, I've done some winter climbs, which I'm really proud of. The winter ascents of Broad Peak and Gasherbrum. But from different category are the new routes I put up around the world. Or also different category and big joy for me, and I'm very proud of the first ascents of mountains in Pakistan, technical mountains. So in climbing I do large variety of things, and it's very difficult to compare the technical climbs in Tatras to winter climbing on 8000 or putting up a new route in Andes. So I do different things and I love it all.
А кое беше най-трудното или може би най-опасното?
I really don't like these questions the most. Yeah, the most difficult is the ceiling here because nobody climbed it yet. And after 25 years in the mountains, I had multiple dangerous situations. I got struck by lightning. 3 times I was in avalanche. Snow cave collapsed on me on 7,000 meters. I took a 70-meter fall on Nanga Parbat, 100-meter fall on Kanchenjunga. Which of these situations was the most dangerous? Can you tell? I cannot.
Имаше ли някога момент, в който съжалявахте, че сте там, където сте?
Yeah, of course. There are tough situations in the mountains and it's not always about fun and joy. And I think the hardest moments are where something goes wrong, when you or your partner get hurt or they die. So these are the moments that it's not fun anymore and sometimes you wish you've been elsewhere.
Участвахте в няколко спасителни операции на голяма височина. Имахте ли някакво колебание преди да тръгнете?
Well, you know, generally with these rescue operations, I'm less concerned about my safety. I believe that this is, when we go for a rescue, it's one of the very few moments when our climbing actually does make any sense. Normally it's just about feeding our own ego, and it doesn't make much sense to climb this pile of rock and ice and snow. But once we go to save somebody, it really does make sense, and it's understandable for everybody. So I think that for the rescues you have really good motivation. I had always like really good and strong motivation, which really helps you to overcome the fear because you just focus on the task you have to do. And in general in mountains, while I'm climbing already, I'm not that much scared. I'm scared before when I'm plan an objective and I think if I can do this or not, if I can climb this mountain or this line, then I consider all the dangers. But once I'm on the climb already, I don't think that much about the danger anymore. I just focus on my climbing.
Когато трябва да се върнете без да сте изкачили върха, къде е вашата червена линия?
Well, you know, it's never an easy decision to turn back. And I always say that first for maybe half year, you prepare for the expedition, and then you go on an expedition, and for 2 months, for example, you work on the mountain and you need to keep your motivation really high. You need to explain yourself that it's worth to be here. It does make sense to suffer, to have all this effort. But then sometimes just 200 meters from the summit, it's getting really late or you're too tired or the weather gets bad. And then after this half year of telling yourself it's worth it, it makes sense, yeah, I have the motivation, then you have to say yourself, no, it doesn't make sense. It's safety is the first. Summit is not that important. this is very difficult to switch from this one attitude because you need like really strong motivation to achieve difficult objective. But then you need to know where is your limit, and you know this is deadly game we play, and our life is on stake. So if you make a wrong decision, it can finish really badly. I think being older makes you a little bit smarter, and I think in the past for me it was very difficult to turn back. I was very ambitious. Nowadays I just enjoy to be in the mountains, and even though I'm still ambitious, I still can push hard to go for the summit. But to turn back is not that hard as it was in the past for me. You know, I really believe the summit is not most important part of an expedition. I always say like the successful expedition is the one from which we all come back home safety. Second, as a friend, and third is the summit. Yeah, it's nice if there is a success as a summit, but it's third thing. You know, most important we are in good health. Second, we're friends, and the third is just summit. Yeah, it's optional.
Какво обичате да правите, когато не сте в планината?
Well, I'm a climber, so most of the time I just climb, and I do it all. I like ice climbing, aid climbing, dry tooling, bouldering, sport climbing, you name it, I do it. Everything that has climbing in it, I like to do it. Of course, climbing is not the only thing that I do. I like other sports. I'm a paraglider, I do snowboarding, I'm a sailor. So these are the other sports I do, but I'm a proud father of 2 kids that take a lot of time also. So this is also what I'm doing. I'm a parent. I love listening to music, reading books, going theater, and I think that life is not only about mountains. There are other joys in my life for sure.
And you have many awards, but
Имате много награди, но Златен пикел все още не е една от тях. Липсва ли ви тази награда?
Not really. I don't think you climb for the awards. Well, I don't climb for the awards. I climb for the memories, for the experience, and awards is something optional, and I don't think it's good to expect or to miss or to want to get an award. Award is something optional. If somebody wants to award you, this is pretty nice. But this is not something you should ask for, and I'm not asking for any awards.